Ooh, excuse me.
It's Say Chanela, Dance Life Reviews, Get Down There, Girl Talks, Hello, and more.
Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Definitely hit that subscribe button. I will be posting frequent videos, at least 2 a week. It's hard to commit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. As you can see in this description, it says moving to Atlanta, pros and cons. If you do not know, I did visit Atlanta about a few weeks ago, to visit my friends and also to get away and take some dance classes to see how my whole vibe is with Atlanta. So if you are a creative like me, a dancer like me, an actress, an all-around entertainer who wants to be in the industry, this video is definitely for you. So let's get it. So I wrote them down. I feel like I'm going to be doing some on top of my head because there's just a lot of other things that plays a factor into moving to Atlanta. This first pro that I put is the cost of living is cheaper. I live in the Maryland area, and it's so expensive for no reason, like literally expensive. Apartments can run, depending on like the luxurious apartments, it can start at least 15 for a studio apartment. So imagine how much it is for a 1-bedroom up into at least 3-bedroom. Is mad expensive. A con that is that you really need a car, like badly. Especially where I was staying, I was kind of staying on the outskirts of Atlanta, so I needed a car and I did not have a rental, and so I had to rely on my friend a lot, and she worked, you know, she's a working girl, so a lot of times I had to Uber. It was just expensive. Ubering out in Atlanta is expensive, so that's a major con. And like me, like I'm a city girl, so I not like city girls, not city girls, but I'm a city girl. Like I can jump on a train and just ride out for the rest of the day, and then I'll be back on my ends in the evening. You know what I mean? I'm a city girl. I'm used to taking the train, taking the bus, even with the car. Like that's just always been me. So to know that I can't walk a block away to jump on the subway is kind of a pro. I mean, not a pro, but a con for me. So another pro is that I like about Atlanta and like the Georgia Dunwoody area that I was in is that it looks so familiar. You know, sometimes we go to these different places and it just looks so foreign to us, like we have a culture shock. But I really feel like I'm driving on the street like in my area. So that's one thing that I loved about Atlanta and the Dunwoody area. It's that it just looks so familiar to the eye. I didn't feel so out of place. I didn't feel like everything was kind of easy to get to. Like when I did drive, everything was easy to get to. So that's one thing I did like. A con is that classes. They do have great classes there. Don't get me wrong. Don't chew me up if any of my Atlanta dancers see this. They do have great classes. However, at least the classes that I looked at, all the classes start like after work, like 6:30, and which is not a problem. But like I said, like I go back and forth to, well, I didn't say it, but I go back and forth to New York a lot, you know, to whether I'm doing auditions, whether I'm taking classes, I go back and forth a lot. So I'm used to knowing that I can take a class at 6 a.m. I'm not gonna be up at 6 a.m. But the fact that I know I can take a class at 6 a.m. in the morning is just makes you want to dance even more. Like that's just how it is in New York, even in LA. I never been to LA, but I'm sure that's how it is in LA. You can go to a class at 1:30, especially like in New York, and you're being trained by someone who is in the industry, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I didn't like, that I don't like about Atlanta, is that the classes are just At least, I mean, let me know if I'm wrong, any of my Atlanta dancers, but the classes that I was trying to take, or the classes that I wanted to, you know, take and just to see, it was like off at 6:30, and I was just like, dang, like I want to train all day. Like I don't want to just sit in the house and then hope like, oh, okay, let me go to the 6:30 class, and then, you know what I mean, like I want to be able to have that option. I can train all day. Another pro is that there's always work out there. Like if you have like I said, if you have a car and if you don't mind Ubering, there's always going to be work out there. Like I'm always coming across auditions for movies, for shows, for music videos, like everything. They always have work out there for you, so it's like, just get to them, you know what I mean? I did miss an audition there that I'm still upset about. It's like either you gotta know people, people gotta put you on, or you know, in the industry, so it's kind of like a dog eat dog world out there, you know. But that goes with New York, Atlanta, LA. Like it's all about who you know regardless, but just to know that there's always going to be work for you in Atlanta that you can come across is a plus for me. Just to go back to the classes, something did rub me the wrong way when I was in class. I was taking this one class, who's a heels instructor in Atlanta. She's really, really talented, really, really good. And you know, we just did our warm up across the floor, and it was time for us to get into our get into windows so we can learn a combo. And you know, if you don't know what windows are, you know, I got in my window, you know, and I'm in this window right here, and this dancer tapped me on my shoulder and was like, excuse me, and I'm like, what's up? Like I guess I was in her way, so she wanted to see herself in the mirror. So I turned around like, she must not know. So I didn't move, because I'm just like, you're not about to sit here and tap me and ask me to move. And it kind of was like, can you scoot over? Like, it was nice. It was really like I was really supposed to move over. But my whole thing is, I'm in my window, so if you want to stand behind me, that's on you, honey. But I'm used to being around professional dancers. Even in my area, if someone's standing in front of you, move out the way. You're just gonna have to adjust. You're just not gonna be able to see yourself at this very moment. Or you can just adjust and go to another side of the studio. Plain and simple. Baby girl, don't ask me to move, because I'm not. Last but not least, had to get that off my chest. But last but not least, Atlanta is really good for creatives in general. I just think that, especially when the weather breaks and you can be more, your creative juices can flow more, you can start networking. Well, you can probably network now, but it seems like they have a really tight-knit family, and everyone is really connected and really supportive out there, which is what I really, really love. And that's just what I heard, and that's just also what I see as well. So that's what I do like about that. Besides a little incident in class, it seems like everyone is really supportive out there. It seemed like it's a really good creative space for those who want to do YouTube, those who want to dance, those who want to act, those who want to shoot videos, and those who want to write. I feel like that's a really good place to be, to do all those things. My overall stay in Atlanta, I can say that it was okay. Honestly, the reason why I can say it was okay, because I was already dealing with a lot going there. You know, well, I'm saying, you know, but I was already dealing with a lot with a really, really tragic death of my ex-boyfriend who was murdered. So I was kind of like, I was dealing with that. So the day I left to go to Atlanta, February 17th, his memorial service was February 16th. So literally I had to jump on the flight the next day. But I was just dealing with a lot from January 20-ish to February, you know, well, actually I'm still dealing with it to this day, but it was just a lot going on. So I feel like my mind and my heart wasn't there when I was in Atlanta. my drive wasn't really there. I mean, I did go to class, definitely, but I was still extremely sad. I'm still extremely sad, but I was very, very extremely sad. Especially being in the house by myself, and you know, you think about stuff and you think about what you could have done differently and things like that, and then all these breaking stories and breaking news happened while I was sitting on the couch there by myself, you know what I mean? So I was really not in a good space while I was in Atlanta. So I definitely, even though it was a nice amount of cons, I would definitely go back to Atlanta, and I would definitely give Atlanta a try and do it right this time. You know, I'll try to be more, but you never know when just going to strike. You never know, you know, that's something that is not planned. That definitely wasn't planned, but you just never know. But I want to make sure the things I can control, I want to make sure I can control it. I want to make sure I have a car when I'm down there. I want to make sure definitely that I have a car down there, because like I said, Uber is expensive. Point blank, it's expensive. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm more prepared next time as far as that concerns. So I can get some more auditions and that I don't have to rely on my friends. So yeah, I don't know. Atlanta might be the move. We'll see. I have something else in store as far as where else I'm going. But stay tuned.